everyone, welcome back to Amiable Sloth, and first of all I'd like to start off with an apology because I realised that I have not been active for weeks and weeks and weeks, and that's been kind of bad of me and I'm really sorry about that. My life has been slightly busy over the past couple of weeks, but now I've broken up from school, so I am free for the summer holidays, so there'll be lots and lots and lots of content coming your way. I'm planning to do a Witcher teaser trailer breakdown and analysis, which I'll probably do straight after this, if not like super soon. But today we are going to be reviewing the series of Loki. Now, series of Loki, I absolutely loved it. I watched every episode almost as soon as it came out. Obviously not as soon as it came out because in the UK it came out at 8 a.m. And I was at school. So I couldn't, watch it as soon, but as soon as I got home, I was like, right, I don't care about homework anymore, I'm going to go and watch Loki. So it was such a captivating, really creative series. I loved it. I just loved it so much. So today I'd like to do a bit of a breakdown on all of the good and bad points about Loki, the series of Loki. So there were definitely some really, really good moments in the script of Loki. Some hilarious scenes. I love the scene where Mobius goes to Loki, you've literally stabbed people in the back 50 times. and Loki's like, well, I'll never do it again. I just love that scene so much. It just makes you smile, it makes you laugh, and it brings some lightness into what is quite a dark plot. It's quite a stressful, I'm gonna say undulating plot, it gets really tense, and those moments just help to relax the viewer a little bit and not give them a heart attack. Also, I thought the characters were really well developed. Characters like Sylvie, you could really see where she was coming from. Hunter B-15 had a brilliant redemption arc, which I loved, because at the beginning I absolutely hated her, and then at the end I was like, she is incredible, I love her so much. So I thought that the characters were really well written. You could see exactly where they were going with what they where they were going in terms of their own personal view of everything, and also why they were doing what they were doing. For example, Sylvie, we got complete explanation of what she was doing when we got a little bit of her backstory and how she was pruned and had to be on the run from the TVA kind of for the whole of her life. Sorry, she wasn't pruned, but I should have also said, spoiler warning, there will be a lot of spoilers in this thing, so if you haven't watched Loki yet, go watch Loki. It's amazing, go watch it, and then come back to this video and like and subscribe. So moving on from characters, oh no, one last thing. I just wanted to say Tom Hiddleston did a really good job of slipping back into the evil Loki character, because for the past couple of films Loki has had kind of a long redemption arc / he's kind of become good. If we think about him in his death, because obviously Loki is not dead, I'm refusing to come to terms with that fact, so he's not dead. In Infinity War, and where he was at Avengers Assemble, I mean, he goes from working with Thanos to trying to kill Thanos. So, massive redemption arc. And now he's, after just a couple of years of being good Loki, he's now snapped back and he has to be evil Loki again. So I thought he did that really well. You wouldn't have... I almost forgot that Loki was kind of technically good in our timeline. So moving on from characters, the costume design was awesome. I loved the ideas behind the costumes. They were just brilliant, especially President Loki. I just love President Loki. That was so cool. Oh my god, President Loki. But also Sylvie's character design was brilliant. It reminded me a lot of the kind of Rogue and D&D type design. So I thought that fit her character really well. So the designs of the costumes were brilliant. Also, kind of along this line of design, the CGI was incredible. So good. And also along those lines, I'm really happy we got to see loads more Loki magic. So much Loki magic. It was brilliant. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. The Loki magic. We love it. But also I want to mention Alioth, because Alioth was amazing. Like, the CGI in Alioth, oh my, it was so good. It was just, I can't even, okay. Alioth was brilliant. The CGI was flawless. It was perfect. And finally, the plot, I've already kind of mentioned this a little bit at the beginning, but the plot was brilliant. Like, it just, you never knew what was going to happen next, which is kind of the point with Loki. But also, every episode, it was a cliffhanger. It was like, no, oh my god, what's going to happen next? And it was just so perfectly done, because you get the kind of, as one of my friends like to call it, the BBEG, Big Bad Evil Guy, who was technically Sylvie. We get the reveal of her in episode 2, and we're like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? We know who the evil person is. I thought this was going to be the point of the series. And then, no, darling, no. No. There is so much more. And it was brilliant. Oh god, everything was just, it changed and twisted and turned, and everything was unexpected in such a good way, and I really enjoyed the plot because it blew me away. The amount of creativity in that plot was fantastic. So before we move on to the bad points, I just want to mention a few of my favourite characters. First one, Alligator Loki. Absolutely love you. You are incredible. Second one, Miss Minutes. She was brilliant. I love her. And I love the fact that they made her go from kind of the only redeeming feature of the TVA, in episode 2 it begins with Loki just trying to swat at her, it's just quite funny, to her being this really, really creepy clock that's, oh my god, nightmares. So I love the fact that they did that. That was so clever as well, because they didn't change anything about her. Apart, I don't know what they changed, but it made it so creepy. Anyway, and finally, my favorite character has to be Sylvie. I love you so much. You are incredible, and I'm really, really happy that we have a female Loki. That's just really cool. The only thing I would say is Sylvie should have had black hair. But anyway, we're moving on. So now I'm going to go on to points that I thought could have been improved. Now, obviously, I'm not a director, so take these points with a pinch of salt. And also, I think that's the phrase. Anyway, and also I understand that there is a budget. There is definitely a budget. So, but that having been said, these are things I could have gone slightly better. So the script. I thought that at points there were some awkward moments where the actors probably found it hard to convey the lines in a convincing, realistic manner. It was just... There was some really good moments in the script, but there were also some moments that I think could have been improved on. They were slightly awkward, and as I say, it was hard for the actor to convey them realistically. Then secondly, some of the sets. Now, I know sets are really expensive and really hard to do, but I thought they just looked a little bit like sets rather than a place. Like, when, for example, the city in Lamentus 4, I thought that it looked a little bit like a film set. It didn't look very realistic, and I understand that there is a budget on these films and series, but I think it could have been slightly more realistic. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion, And finally, a couple of the costumes. Some of the costumes were absolutely amazing. President Loki, Sylvie, Loki's costume. I mean, even Mobius's design was to the perfection. But I thought some of the costumes were a little bit not that realistic. They looked a little bit like cosplay or from a theatre. For example, future Loki. I thought now I know his costume is a bit weird, and I get the fact that it's kind of supposed to look like that, but I think it would be cool if they made it a little bit more kind of realistic to what that Loki would actually be wearing. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion. That's not any kind of fact or thing that they actually really did wrong. That's just me throwing stuff out there. But yeah, other than that, I really loved this show. It was absolutely brilliant, and I really recommend all of you, if you haven't watched it, I'm really sorry I've like spoiled so many things, but if you haven't watched it, go watch it now. And also make sure you watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision, and I still need to watch WandaVision. Naughty child. But yeah, also make sure you go watch Black Widow, because I will probably be doing a review of Black Widow also. So yes, I shall see you guys in the next video, which will probably be a Witcher teaser trailer breakdown, because as you can tell from behind me, I absolutely adore The Witcher. Anyway, I shall leave you good people in peace, so farewell from me, and I shall see you next time.